Anyhow, you remember when I said I was gonna review a movie or two that it has that Halloween vibe, but I wouldn't call it a Halloween movie? I don't know. I don't know if this is guilty pleasure or just pleasure, but let's talk about it. Constantine. So Constantine stars Keanu Reeves. It came out in 2005 and is based off of the comic book character from Vertigo Comics, Constantine. It's based off of the comic books The Hellblazer, kind of. I mean, it is, but it's not, yeah. It's best I can say it. I mean, I suppose it doesn't really follow it, but neither did the Jurassic Park movie follow the Jurassic Park book. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't always matter. Oh god, I'm rambling. So Constantine's this dude who, when he dies, he's gonna go straight to hell. You know, because Catholic lore. Constantine dogma. What is it about Catholic lore being the thing that, well, it is pretty, it's interesting stuff. Give it to the Catholics, man. You guys, you took that Christian lore and you ran with it. Made it epic. It's like video game worthy. Or comic book worthy. A movie adaptation of comic book, and here we are. So Constantine is a guy, he sees and knows the world that we remain ignorant to and we do not see. That is the world of heaven, hell, angels, and demons, and half-breeds, and influence, and, well, Constantine just spends his life sending demons back to hell. And does Keanu Reeves carry this movie? Probably. Absolutely. It's Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves is one of those dudes, he knows the movie he's making and he just commits. And Constantine is one of those, I feel, underrated Keanu Reeves roles where it's like, for what they were going for in this movie, he was perfect. Not that this character is actually like Constantine from the comic books, like best I can describe. Comic book Constantine, which Matt Ryan amazingly plays, and he always will, for anyone who has Constantine in their show or movie or video game or whatever, and they're smart enough to cast him. And they should be. Constantine's British. Keanu Reeves is
bloody wolves chasing me through some blue inferno.
Decidedly not. And comic book Constantine has that British cynicism, and American Keanu Reeves Constantine has that very American cynicism.
Welcome to my life.
That's the best I can describe it if I just had to sum it up right there. I don't know, I just love him. And I feel like Keanu Reeves absolutely does carry it with his performance of the character and the character, because Constantine in this movie, he's a guy who he doesn't care. It's such a liberating, freeing thing seeing a character or a person in real life who's just free of giving a shit. I love seeing characters like that. They're unbridled. They're free to be human. He's so matter of fact, so damaged, and so, you can tell the guy's not fulfilled. But you get it. You understand that he's not fulfilled. He knows. He has seen the great and powerful Oz behind the curtain. He knows how all of it works. This world is just a fleeting thing and nothing in it's gonna fulfill this guy. He deals on another level than the rest of us deal, and that will probably shatter a person. And I love the world. I'm a sucker for lore, and this movie has great lore. Jaimin Hunsu plays Papa Midnight. Probably my favorite character in the movie. I love characters like him. There's this heaven and hell war going on here on Earth that most people aren't even aware of. And he owns this bar where he just kind of stays out of it. And angels, demons, good, bad, anybody's welcome there. The fight is not there. It's neutral ground.
You know the rules of my house. While here, you will abide by them.
It's like holy ground in Highlander or any YouTube channel trying to survive this climate. And I gotta give this movie marks for making hell look miserable. You know, because hell's supposed to be miserable, right? We're not supposed to want to go there. Sometimes you see hell and you're like, that actually looks kind of cool. Or it's kind of enticing, you know, like, oh, whoa. 3 hot vampire succubi are gonna come over and fuck my brains out for eternity? Oh no, man. Better be good in life. No, this looks like a shitty, burnt, dry, sandstorm version of this world. And when you're dealing with a shittier version of this world, no thanks. I thought Rachel Weisz was fine in the movie, but she's the civilian, you know? She's the one being let in on this world. She's basically there to be our eyes. Actually, I don't know if civilian is the right word. She has thus far been as ignorant to this supernatural world as the rest of us, in that she serves as our eyes and ears into the world. She's a good actor, and she was good in the movie. Not that the movie doesn't have problems. If you're a Constantine Hellblazer purist, you might be like, that's not really Constantine. Don't know if that's a problem, but it's worth addressing. I do feel like there's a whole other movie before this movie that we just never saw. You hear about how Papa Midnight was this badass witch doctor at one point, and Constantine was the John Constantine once. Not anymore, though. You're like, what I'd like to see that world a little bit. Maybe they were planning on going back and showing it. I don't know, but it never happened. That said, I do like this phase here because I love it when people who are so badass and so hailed have kind of fallen from grace and they're just these damaged people now. Dated CGI in this movie, that's for sure. Yeah, in that phase of the 2000s, we were like, we can do anything now. We could just CGI it. And now we look back, we're like, we could, but we didn't stop to think if we should. I do love Lucifer in this movie. He's amazing. Doesn't hurt that it's Peter Stormare, and regardless of the movie, I can't think of a role he's played where he didn't just crush it. Point is, he's such a weirdo as Lucifer, which is funny because it's Constantine, which is in the Vertigo world, which is with Sandman, which is with Lucifer of Lucifer Morningstar fame. Yeah, that charming bastard. Well, he's this guy now. Doesn't matter, don't care, just thinking out loud because I just love him as Lucifer. Peter Stormare is having fun playing Lucifer, and most importantly, he's memorable. He's only in this movie for a few minutes, but when I think about this movie, he's one of the top characters and performances I think about. It's one of those movies, even if you're not watching it, if it's on, I'll keep it there. I'm like, oh yeah, Constantine. Maybe I'm watching it, maybe I'm doing other stuff, but I like having it on in my house. And that's what I love about this movie. It's Keanu Reeves taking on demons. Not doing it by the book, not doing it as a priest would, you know, by the bed with an old priest and a young priest and the power of Christ compels you. No, he's doing it with cynicism, his wits, and a small arsenal of modern badass fantasy gear that only a movie like this can deliver. It's not a perfect movie, call it guilty pleasure, but I'm just saying this movie's always a fun time, no alcohol required. Alright, so Constantine, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Or what's your favorite guilty pleasure movie of Halloween spirit? It doesn't have to be guilty pleasure, just pleasure, but you know, those movies that's like most people watching this are probably like, I didn't know he was going to review that. The Exorcist is out there. There are some classics, but sure, Jeremy, Constantine. And damn it, I wanted to talk about this. Whatever it is, whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.